In the year 1847, in a small countryside town, there lived a man named Thomas Whitaker. Thomas was well off. He owned land, had a fine home, and was respected by the townspeople. And yet, there was an emptiness in his heart that no wealth could fill. Today, I will tell you a story of how one man's search for happiness led him to an unexpected truth. Thomas had everything a man of his status could ask for, yet he felt nothing. He watched the townsfolk go about their day. The blacksmith, covered in soot, laughing with his apprentice. The baker, cheerfully kneading dough, humming an old tune. Even the orphan boy, barefoot and tattered, skipping stones in the river, all of them seemed happier than he was. One evening, as Thomas rode his carriage to the outskirts of town, he spotted an old man sitting under a grand oak tree, playing a wooden flute. The melody was simple, yet it carried a sense of peace. Curious, Thomas stopped his horse and approached. "Thomas, good evening, sir. That tune? It is quite moving." Old man, music has a way of speaking to the heart, does it not?" "Perhaps, but my heart hears nothing these days." "You are troubled." "Yes, I have done all I was taught to do, worked hard, built wealth, gained respect, and yet happiness evades me." Then you have been looking in the wrong places. There was once a traveler who sought happiness. He crossed mountains, visited kings, and studied with scholars, yet he never found it. One day, exhausted, he sat by a riverbank and saw a farmer. The man, covered in dirt, was resting after a long day's work, drinking from a wooden cup. He smiled at the sky, content. The traveler asked him, "How are you so happy when you have so little?" The farmer laughed and said, "I have my hands, my land, and the sky above. What more could I ask for?" But that is simple-minded. Happiness cannot be so ordinary. And yet, does all your wealth bring you joy? For the first time, Thomas saw things not as a man of status, but as a man searching for meaning. He visited the blacksmith, watching him craft with passion. He helped the baker knead dough and felt the warmth of fresh bread. He sat by the river, skipping stones like the orphan boy. And in those moments, those simple, fleeting moments, he felt something stir inside him. Happiness, not from gold, not from titles, but from living. Thomas had spent years chasing happiness, only to find that it was never something to be hunted. It was something to be noticed. So tell me, dear listener, are you still searching for happiness? Or have you simply not been paying attention? Perhaps the secret isn't in what we gain, but in what we appreciate. If this story warmed your heart, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more uplifting stories just like this.